This is actually something they really did make. You know, mind you, 16th century. This is really old stuff.
Yeah.
This is the strange, this is the bizarre, this is the weird. This is on so many different levels of wackiness, if you will. What we are looking at is a 16th century wheel lock warhammer. I mean, come on.
Nice.
Right? Welcome, guys, to another episode of History Roundtable. What's on the tray? Again, it wouldn't fit, so we covered the table. Now, I already know. Go ahead.
What the hell am I looking at?
And go ahead.
Yeah. What in the world is that? Is that like a grandma cane or?
Well, you were just saying, you know, it kind of looks like the big spoon and fork that Grandma and Grandpa would have hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, what are we looking at? Okay, what we are looking at is a 16th century wheel lock warhammer. I mean, come on.
Nice.
Right? Now, at first, when I saw pictures of things like this, and there are things like this in many museums all over the world, and most people call them curiosities because they're just so weird. This is a combination weapon. Is it something that was put together yesterday? No.
Yeah.
Was this put together a couple years ago as a movie prop? No. This is actually something they really did make.
Yeah.
And I've seen identical or close to identical things where, again, they incorporate a gun barrel, a firing mechanism, and then another weapon or tool. And that's what this is. But what's really cool, the more I started researching this and the parts, is that on the head of the hammer here, right here, Tony, you'll see that armorer's mark. And that is from Augsburg. And that's a very well-known Augsburg arsenal mark for the guys making arms and armor.
Yeah.
And you can look at it that way, or you can look at it that way, depending on what book you're reading. But the thing is that mark is in all the books. So that helps me with at least a little bit as far as where this part came from. Now, was all of this, made in the same workshop? I think the lock is more Italian or Brescian. How do I know? Well, here is a detached wheel lock mechanism that obviously the rest of the gun is now missing. But I love the mechanisms as well because you can find all sorts of little things that will help you learn what they were doing back then. Sure, mind you, 16th century. This is really old stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that it still exists and in such good condition. Well, people are like, well, all right, you've talked about flintlocks. How the hell does this work? And what's going on with all this?
Yeah.
All right. These are the tools that the operator, you have to have one of these, and it's called a spanner. Why is it called a spanner? This is a wheel lock. Hence, here's a wheel, and we'll get close-up B-roll of this. You'll notice in the B-roll when we show it, the wheel has these serrations and then some cross serrations. So when you take a tool like this, the spanner, you're gonna put it right on this part here, and then you're gonna wind it, and then it's gonna lock into place. So now, just like a flintlock, it's cocked. It's ready to go. So after that, this is the serpentine. Now the serpentine is holding not a piece of flint, it's holding pyrite. Am I putting you to sleep?
I've been holding that in.
So pyrite, it emits a wonderful spark when that wheel is set to turn real fast.
Oh.
It grinds, so when you put the serpentine in place, that pyrite is now sitting on top of the serrations of the wheel. So when you depress the trigger, that wheel is going to spin really freaking fast, and it's going to generate that spark to ignite the priming powder. Just like a flintlock, the priming powder goes into that pan. So I'll do it on this one. So this is incorrectly holding a piece of flint.
Sure.
Okay, that should be taken out. So when the serpentine is dropped into the pan, the wheel is already wound, you depress the trigger, that wheel spins, grinds against that pyrite, igniting the priming powder, and just like a flintlock, there's a small hole in the side of the barrel, sending a jet of fire into that breech, igniting the main charge. Now, how does that happen? Well, you load the barrel just the same way you would load any muzzle loader. Put your powder in, a wad, projectile, another wad, pack it all in, you're good to go. But it's a procedure, just like anything else, and you had to have the right amount of time to load this and be ready.
Yeah.
And if you missed, you didn't get a second chance unless you had a protected area where projectiles weren't flying at you and people were trying to hit you over the head with other weapons.
Yeah.
But this is a real survivor. The other thing you'll notice is that the engraving, this is actually etching. This is acid etched decorative work, and it matches the lock plate and the hammer. So when this whole thing was assembled,
Wow.
this was done at the same time. And again, this is me ruling out by deductive reasoning, well, is this a later assemblage of parts just to make a novelty? With that being said, I'm always looking at reasons to pick things apart. Because again, there's a lot of guys out there that are trying to fake everybody out to make a buck.
Yeah.
This actually stands a chance as being 100% real.
Yeah.
And I don't say that a lot especially when it comes to stuff like this, but it's because of that Augsburg mark and the fact that it works and it's not just, something you hang on the wall as a novelty.
Right.
So where does one keep the black powder to load these things?
Yeah. Great question.
Just so happens, I have a couple of fantastic museum quality flasks. Now, this particular black powder flask was made out of staghorn, and the roughness of the stag was removed to bring out this nice white background. And then just like Scrimshaw, some artisan created this design, but they were very smart and dated it. This one's dated. You can read it.
Yeah. 1579.
1579. I mean, and the fact that this is still here.
Yeah.
Now, they made powder flasks like this, and then big ones like this. And this one also is dated. What's this one dated? Let's see, right here.
1596.
But look at the artistry and look how the construction, it still has this gilding over the iron parts that's still there.
Little latch here to let the powder out.
I mean,
Wow.
And the reason why these are so rare today is because they're made out of a natural substance from an animal. This is a cow horn, and a very big one, I might add, that was put in warm water so it could be malleable, flattened, and then made into this wonderful thing. Well, guess what? Rodents love to eat horn. Rats, they'll eat just about anything.
Yeah.
In fact, I had to clear out a nest out of my daughter's Jeep. They were going to start chewing on the wires. So again, the fact that these things are still sitting here without edges being all gnawed on. And because again, once they became obsolete, they were just put up in the attic like everything else.
Right.
So now this is the last one I want to kind of point out, which is so cool. Why is it so cool? You see that? This was shot.
Oh, geez.
That is a through and through from a pistol shot. I mean, how cool is that?
It's even cooler. It didn't blow up.
Yeah, right? And that was always something I questioned.
Oh, yeah.
These guys that are carrying a pound or 2 pounds of black powder just on their side, no big deal.
Yeah.
But in the chaos of battle, chaos of just reloading and firing, if you had this too close to this when it was going off,
you're
and
Whoa. So that person was probably lucky that they got shot at the end of the day. Had no powder left.
But another point, this is now useless.
I know.
Why this was not fixed and put back out there
Or discarded.
or just tossed away because, oh, well, it's not going to hold any powder now.
Yeah.
Out of all of this stuff, the true rarity of all of these is this, because this should have been thrown out. And the fact that it's still here, and the fact that that's so cool.
Man.
And that's of the same time period.
That's
You
incredible.
know, the movies, Three Musketeers. This is what they were carrying.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, and if they were lucky enough to have something crazy like this. But I mean, now I didn't flip it over. Look at the side plate on this thing. And the plate around the trigger. All that open.
It's exceptional.
So this wasn't just, you know, some random thing thrown together. And yeah, that would ruin your day.
Well, I'm immediately thinking this is nearing that end of where you're really seeing armor regularly used in battle.
Well, yeah, this, you know, the 16th century was the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And into the 17th century where your foot soldiers were head to toe in armor.
Yeah.
And then the armor started phasing out, you know, where they have
Little by
siege weight
Yeah.
armor. And these were the guys that, and again, those breastplates were to withstand a musket ball. And how do I know? Was they tested them by putting a freshly made breastplate up against a block of wood, and they took a musket and shot it. If the ball did not penetrate, then it was good to go. And that's what they call the proof mark.
Oh, cool.
I mean, really, it's like if I were that soldier and I'm picking my breastplate off of the rack, I want to make sure it's been tested.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
it's something else.
And this would puncture most armor.
Yes.
With enough force,
Yep.
that pick is going straight through.
And chainmail.
Right.
See how it separates your fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to separate the chainmail. And
Ah.
so just when you think you're good, they have a weapon to go through that too.
They got the can opener right here.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's so funny you say that because I call suits of armor just big beer cans.
Yeah, pretty
You know,
much.
you're wearing a big beer can.
Yeah.
But, you know, and again, we'll talk about armor in another episode.
Yeah.
But just to show, I mean, most of the full suits of armor were 80 to 90 pounds complete.
Wow.
They had a guy at the Tower of London dress up in a full suit, and he was able to do cartwheels. That just shows you how articulated and well made that guy can move in any way he wanted to wearing a beer can and do cartwheels.
Wow.
Wearing 90 pounds. And he was like, yeah, no big deal. Until you're in battle next to a river or a pond.
Oh, you're done.
You fall in that water, you're going to be the first one to hit the bottom, and you're not going to get out of that suit in time.
Nope.
Just another stat.
Yeah. Hence
Again.
boats.
Yeah. Again, cool factor. How this is the strange, this is the bizarre, this is the weird. This is on so many different levels of wackiness, if you will. But still, it's cool because it actually works. And it was designed for a function.
Yeah.
Now, I got, you know, truth be told, bringing this into battle, you know, I'm kind of thinking this is a little fragile.
Yeah. I'd say so.
You know, is it?
How hollowed out is it in there? You know, all of
It's
that.
very solid.
It's you. Somebody blocks you.
I mean,
It
hold
would-
it. It's.
Yeah.
But if you like, again, another big, heavy iron weapon hitting this is going to destroy it.
A solid warhammer could probably break it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, other than maybe this was just somebody's idea of a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe acting a little bit as a stock but I mean, hey, I'd use one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That is just so cool, man.
and crazy. So don't you worry. We're gonna feature some more stuff like this, but I love the crazy and the bizarre and potentially real.
Yeah.
Not something, because again, I work in the TV and movie industry, so I'm very, you know,
Yeah.
well versed on what props are made up for certain things. This isn't one of them. This is a different animal entirely.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, here's another one of those. If you like this stuff, please help us help you. Subscribe, Patreon. That's where we live. And unfortunately, because we're being suppressed and whatever, because of this type of content, Patreon's where you're going to see all the good stuff. That's all I can say.
Yeah. You're going to see a lot of stuff that you may never see, even in a museum, right here on History Roundtable. So
Yes.
stick around. We've got a lot more to show you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
History Roundtable, an all-new season. Don't forget to like and share your favorite episodes. And to learn more about the artifacts on the show, visit tortugatrading.com and commodorecoins.com. Till next time.